Today, I'm using AI to control Anthony Edwards' career. Here's the prompt I came up with. I'm using AI to control the career of Anthony Edwards in NBA 2K26. What I want you to do is give Anthony upgrades or downgrades to his attributes and badges, change up his career by having him leave his team, or have his team make big moves to adjust the roster. I'll ask you for one thing to help or hurt his career at the start of every season. What is the first change you're making? We're running with Google Gemini for this video. I've got the premium free trial, so we should get the best answers. This sounds like a fantastic simulation. Taking control of Anthony Edwards, they know about the nickname Ant-Man, as he enters his absolute prime in 2K26, offers huge potential for storylines. Since this is the start, I want to establish him immediately as the most dangerous offensive weapon in the league. We aren't just making him better, we are changing how the defense has to guard him. Here's my first move for season 1, the change, the curryification of Ant. Set 3-point shot to 99, give him half limitless range and Deadeye. The narrative, Ant is already the most explosive rim attacker in the NBA. By maxing out his shooting, we are making him virtually unguarded. I think they meant unguardable. Come on AI, lock in. Opponents can no longer sag off him. Well, he can already shoot, but I get what you mean. And the AI thinks he'll average 35 with this new upgrade. Yeah, Anthony Edwards with 99-3. That's Steph Curry level, like they said. Curryification. Yeah, he's only got an 87 right now. So a 99 is going to make a huge difference. Then we slide over to the badges. Deadeye goes to Hall of Fame. Limitless Range goes to Hall of Fame. Limitless Range was only on bronze before. And he is now a 97 overall. And I know that it wants him shooting a lot of threes, so I'm going to make sure his tendencies for three-point shot are up as well. There you go. And now we got Ant Curry. And much like Steph Curry, I'm shooting my shot right here, asking you to subscribe to the channel. Will it go in? Probably not, but I'll be back next video to ask you again. If you're already subscribed, liking the video always helps. Hype the video if you want to. I don't even know what that really does, but you can do it if you want. All right, season's nearing an end. We ended up winning 68 games. You gotta give Ant the MVP nod when we're winning that many games. I haven't even looked at Edwards' stats, so it would be pretty hard to compete with this 29-point triple-double from Joker. I gotta assume Edwards was going crazy, though, if we won all those games. There's Coach Finch, Coach of the Year. Edwards is All-NBA first team, as he averaged... Hey, Gemini was just about right on point. It said 35 plus. He got 34 a night, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. I wonder what the season high was. He had a 56 piece. Bro, you would assume if you average 34, you get 60 at least once. How many threes? He made 11 threes in one game, and that led the league. But now it's time to cap off this season with a championship. I already know the Oklahoma City Thunder are going to be trouble. The simulation only had them winning 58 games. In real life, it really looks like a conversation that they could beat the Golden State Warriors record, 73-9. It's obviously early, but man, they look incredible, and Dub isn't even back. Julius Randle, how about JR, man? 27 a night from Randall. Naz Reid was awesome, and Bald Rudy was on the bench. Round 1, we got Sacramento. It's a miracle they made the playoffs. It does not look like that's happening in real life. Looks more like they'll be doing a trading everyone challenge like I do in my videos. We're up 3-1, and we beat them in 5. Light work in round 1. Second round, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks. Again, this team's a disaster in real life, but the simulation likes them. You got Cooper the Hooper, AD, Kyrie, the big 3. Game 1 will win. How's Ant doing so far? Averaging 35, 5, and 4. Right here, he had a 12 assist game, getting his teammates involved. Game 2, Mavs will bounce back as Kyrie has 28, Dante Exum with 21. We lose the third as well. Okay, game 4 is going to be big for Anthony Edwards. Gotta get this one, or else we're in danger of going down 3-1 in what was a 68-win season. I'll be interested to see how the AI reacts to something like that. If we lose in round 2 after winning all these games, we're down 3-1. We need Anthony Edwards to activate Anthony James mode and lead us on a comeback here. Game 5, we're out of here. So with Anthony Edwards playing incredible basketball, we lose in the second round. It does seem like the Mavs maybe slowed him down a little bit. Oh yeah, for sure. 26-23, 24-23. Those just aren't the scoring numbers you want out of Ant, a guy who was closer to 35 a game in the regular season as the Knicks win the chip. Well, let's see what Google Gemini is thinking after our shortcomings here. I do want to also show the player progression to Google Gemini. Sometimes the AI, wow, Ant's up to a 99. Well, that's awesome. I guess the 3-point boost paired with natural progression made for the perfect storm for Ant. We also picked up Uncle CJ, aka C-Mac. He immediately fell off horribly, and a lot of the guys are regressing. But like I said, the AI can sometimes have a reaction and just be like, hey, y'all lost? Okay, trade them. Okay, here we go. Ant went stupid, averaged big numbers, and won 68 games. However, we lost in the second round. In the offseason, Ant went up to 99 overall. What's next? I attached screenshots as well. That way, you have context. Maybe it'll suggest a roster adjustment, trading somebody, because like Rudy Gobert regressed a lot for us. He could be a guy we move for somebody else. I don't know. Google Gemini lies every time it says just a second. It's never just a second. It's been thinking for a minute. Oh, there you go. Wait, it just took me back up to the top. It didn't even use my prompt. Maybe my Wi-Fi went out or something. I'll try it again. Okay, here we go. I got the Wi-Fi back working. That was the problem. And it's been talking about determining the ideal acquisition. I think we're about to make a play for a trade. I also saw in the thinking something about like a duo partner. Here we go. That was an MVP caliber season from Ant for sure. But that second round exit to Dallas 4-1 exposes a major flaw. Yeah, we won all those games, but in the playoffs, the roster failed. I see the problem immediately. Rudy Gobert. Rudy, I'm sorry. He's regressed to an 81 and is 34. He's a liability. His contract is massive. We can't waste Ant's age 25 season waiting for Rudy to get slower. Here's the move for season 2. The move. The timeline reset. Force a trade. Send him Rudy Gobert and 2 unprotected firsts to the Cavs for Evan Mobley. If Cleveland says no, include J-Mac, but try to keep him if possible. If Mobley is untouchable, target Bam. We're cutting the dead weight. Rudy's regression is a championship window closer. By bringing in Evan Mobley or Bam, you get a defensive anchor who is mobile enough to switch on the perimeter, vital for beating teams like Dallas with Luka and Kyrie. Mobley fits Ant's timeline perfectly. Okay, let's do it. So something about this AI, it really likes Evan Mobley. This is the second time it's told me, well, that's a spoiler for a previous AI video. I won't even say which one, but this is the second time it's told me to trade for Evan Mobley. Now, in order to get E-Mob, we might have to include somebody else for salary. I guess we could put in McDaniels, but I think that's kind of a last case scenario type thing. What if I threw in DiVincenzo just to make the money work and we offer that up? They think they're contenders. I don't have, hold on. If I turn off the stepping rule, I'll have 2 picks to offer, so I'll do that real quick. Yeah, the Wolves did give up multiple firsts to get Rob Dillingham. I wonder how that'll end up working out. Rob Dillingham rocking the 2008 financial crisis hoodie. If you know, you know. Probably one of the craziest images I've seen. All right, so Rudy and DiVincenzo for the money, and then we do 2 first-round picks. If this doesn't work, we try McDaniels. If that doesn't work, we try Bam. All right, I'll throw in McDaniels, and I think this will go through. They say no. Okay, so we pivot to Bam Adebayo. Bam, $49 million contract. We'll start with Rudy, 2 firsts. I'm going to include, again, Dante for the money. We'll start with just 1 pick to see if that works. They say no. We'll do 2. They say no. All right, so then we go Jaden McDaniels, and this should get it through even without the picks. All right, I'll do 1 and 2. There it is. Okay, we weren't able to get Evan Mobley. We get Bam instead, and honestly, I'm happy with that because we had Evan Mobley in a previous video. I won't spoil which video it was, but I'm glad we got somebody different. I made sure to update Google Gemini. Hey, I couldn't get Mobley, but we were able to get Bam. And this cost us pretty much the remainder of our trade assets, so this better work. All right, we used up the 2 first-round picks we had, and we had to trade Jaden McDaniels along with Rudy Gobert. That's a lot to give up. Here's the analysis on the trade. This is a massive win. Losing J-Mac stings for wing defense for sure, but swapping an aging Gobert for Bam completely fixes your playoff problem. Now you have a 29-year-old Bam entering his prime to pair with 99 overall Ant. The new dynamic, Lob City North. That's a hard duo name. Versatility over drop coverage. Yeah, we switch everything. The Bam and Ant pick and roll. Yeah, Bam can pass it. He's more versatile than Rudy, 1000%. The goal, championship or bust. You won 68 games last year, but that doesn't matter. We need 16 wins in the playoffs. I like that. Watch the wing defense. Keep an eye on who replaced McDaniels in the starting lineup. If that player gets cooked, we might need a mid-season adjustment. I will do that just for you. All right, Gemini, I'll keep an eye on who replaced him. Uh-oh! Yeah, we might need a mid-season adjustment. Jameson, it's going to be a battle for you to keep your job in that starting lineup. You see what I did there? But, yeah, man, I don't know if Jameson Battle is going to be good enough to hold it down. Typically in these AI videos, we kind of just do one move every year and then keep it pushing, but it specifically say keep an eye on that starting wing spot, so I will do that. I mean, it looks like Jameson Battle might just be doing his job well. We're the #1 seed. Jameson's averaging 4 points. But you know what? We're winning. He must be playing his role well enough. So I'm going to keep it pushing, and we will catch y'all in the playoffs. Oh, man. Jokic went stupid. 34, 14, and 11. Just another day at the office for you, huh, big guy? Darren Peterson ended up on the Lakers? How did that happen? It's Dame time. 6th man of the year. Scoot Henderson most improved. The Blazers might have been cooking. Speaking of cooking, though, Coach Finch, 66 and 16. And we got Executive of the Year, Lamar Martin. This dude kind of looks like my #1 enemy in this game, Nathan Source. Does anybody else see the resemblance? I might be bugging. Maybe bro's just on my mind. All-NBA second team is Anthony Edwards, 27 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Didn't score as much this year, but we were equally as successful, or well, almost equally. Hopefully in the playoffs, we'll do much better than losing in 5 in the second round. Randall continues to be awesome, 23 a night. Bam, our big-time addition, 18 and 10. Naz Reid, averaged 12. We had a lot of point guards. And Jameson Battle, credit to him, held it down starting at that wing spot. Okay, first round of the playoffs, we got the Golden State Warriors with Uncle Steph, my guy Will Richard, Jimmy Butler, of course Dre, Gary Trent. Should be an easy matchup here, a warm-up. Yep, we sweep them. Next up is going to be the Thunder. You know this matchup is not going to be nearly as easy. They picked up Money Mitch to run the center. Guess they lost Hartenstein, so they were like, all right, let's take another big from New York. Went and got Mitchell Robinson. We're up 2-1. Okay, we're 2-2 with OKC. Let's jump in the Simcast for Game 5. I'd love to see how Anthony Edwards looks with his newfound three-point shooting. Not that he couldn't shoot already, but now he's just activated three-point shooting superpowers. As we lose the 5th game, got smacked. 24 from Ant wasn't enough as Shea gave us 47. He's averaging 37 in the playoffs. Okay, Game 6, we got to bounce back in a big way. We really struggled in that last one. And Shea and the Thunder, oh man, they're going to get us up and out of here in round 2. Ant had 52, and we still lost because nobody else really showed up for us the way we needed. Shea gave us 40. Shea was just consistently getting about 40 throughout these playoffs. And the Spurs win the title. So year 2, again, a disappointing finish, especially considering we were the 1 seed again, won 66 games, had so much success in the regular season. I will say, I mean, the Thunder, they're a very quality opponent to lose to, but it's still a loss at the end of the day, right? Over the offseason, we'll see how the roster shakes out. Anthony Edwards regresses down 1. I'm going to really chalk that up to being fluke regression. We picked up Dylan Brooks. That's a good addition on the wing. Behringer's getting better. Rob's getting better. I would say run this thing back. I'm assuming the AI is not going to say that. Okay, let's see what the AI has to say about our shortfall for the 2nd year in a row. This is becoming a pattern. You are the regular season dynasties. 68 and 66 wins, but the roster construction is hitting a wall against elite Western Conference teams in the playoffs. The loss to OKC 4-2 highlights a major issue. Spacing. Your starting lineup features Bam, non-shooter. JR, inconsistent shooter. Dylan Brooks, streaky. This is kind of a fair analysis. The paint is too clogged for Ant to operate at his peak in the postseason, and you don't have enough shooting to punish teams for helping off Bam. Plus, Randall is 32 and regressing. We need to open the floor. Here's the move for season 3. The move. 5-out revolution. I don't like this. I don't like this. Trade Julius Randle has been so good, and Dylan Brooks to the Rockets for Jabari Smith Jr. and Tari Eason. They're saying Bari is the perfect modern power forward. Did bro invent this AI? He shoots the three at an elite level. No, Jabari Smith Jr. is a good player. Man, I don't know. I guess we're trying it. And they said if it doesn't work, try for Keegan Murray or Lauri Markkanen. But I'm telling you right now, if we offer up Julius Randle and Dillon Brooks, we are going to be able to get Jabari Smith Jr. and Tari Eason. Hopefully they're both still over in Houston. Jabari Smith is there. Tari is there as well. Man, we can't snag KD while we're here for our troubles. All right, so they said Dillon Brooks, Julius Randle. This doesn't work financially. Rockets, 500 bands more than allowed. Really? Throw me Ousmane Dieng. All right, there you go. This should go right through. They like what they have. It did tell me I could throw in picks. I got one for you. Oh my gosh, come on. This is the fleece of the century. I'll throw him a random player to try and get this through. You can have Alex Caruso, all right? Not interested, cap. Hold Sadiq Bey. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess they're not rolling with it. I'm gonna try for, they say Keegan Murray. I don't want to trade. I'm gonna ask what's the trade package for Keegan Murray? Because are we really trading Julius Randle straight up for Keegan Murray? Wait, let me stop the prompt actually. I'm gonna do a quick little keyboard shortcut. Control C. Oh, it's already right there. What's the trade package for Keegan Murray? I couldn't get Jabari and Tari. All right, let's just say that. Wait, actually, I changed my mind. Keegan Murray or Lauri. All right, there we go. We're good now. Oh no. They're saying Rob Dillingham's a trade chip for this? The Save Dillingham package, Julius Randle, Dillon Brooks, and a pick swap or second rounders for Keegan Murray and Kevin Huerter. Kevin Huerter isn't there, so we would just get Keegan Murray. Or target B, Julius Randle and Rob Dillingham. Okay, so they're saying try Keegan Murray using the Save Dillingham package. Why? And this is where the stupidity of the AI really comes back to bite you. We are making a complete loser dud of a trade here. All due respect to Keegan Murray. I throw him Julius Randle. That doesn't match the money. They said throw Keegan Murray in the deal. Of course, Keegan's not on the team. I'm going to try and make this work money-wise. I guess Malik Monk could be in the trade. And then we throw back, yeah, I guess Dillon Brooks. This is going to go through. I'm going to see what the AI thinks about this, if this is fine. I simply said, is this cool? We're getting absolutely finessed. I hate this. Why are we doing this trade? If it works, this AI just knows something. All right, fine. It knows more ball than me. But there's no way this works. Like, there's no way the AI's like, yeah, this is a good trade. Seeing that Keegan Murray's an 80 overall. Yes, smash that button. You kept Rob. The fit is perfect. This might be Julius Randle's #1 hater. Malik Monk is a bonus. Yeah, Malik Monk is a bonus. All right, we're doing the trade. Welcome to the team, Keegan Murray. I told you the trade would go through. I knew it would. And now the team just looks so much worse. And the AI saw the trade and said, yeah, great idea, Danny. Let's do it. We got to get another one of those AI rebuild videos going. This one's a career control video for Anthony Edwards. But we need to get one of those rebuilds going, bro, because those really get crazy. And what did I tell y'all? It's almost like trading Julius Randle, who's hated on by the AI, but actually a good basketball player, was not a good plan. We're still a decent team because we have Anthony Edwards. He's Anthony Edwards. He scores the ball. He's incredible. But we're not the 1 seed perennial top team that we once were. However, if this is something that translates into the playoffs, maybe it was worth it. Julius Randle is known as a little bit of a playoff dropper. We've heard that before. So I'm going to give this move a little bit more of a chance. We'll see how it works out in the postseason. I know I've said this the past couple years, but I've got a feeling if it doesn't work out this time, Anthony Edwards is probably out of here. Wherever Jokic goes, he's going to average a 1,000,000-point triple-double. He's over in Chicago, and that happens so much in the sim. 2K must know something I don't. Anthony Edwards, All-NBA second. He was back up to 31, 5, and 5. Wow, he's played 8 years in the league, and he's only 26. Round 1, we got the Pels. Big Z versus Ant, an electric series full of dunks. Long as Zion hasn't been dunking donuts. Round 1. Okay, we win in 5. Next will be, oh no. Here we go again. Mavs, we saw they won 63. Let's get it. Game 1, they win. They take the second. We take the third. And we are a perennial second round exit. The Mavs got us in 5 again, and Jokic continues his reign of terror over the association. We're 3 years into the AI simulation, and so far haven't been able to win a title. Anthony Edwards did drop off quite a bit in the playoffs, going from 31 to 26, so that's something to keep an eye on for sure. A 5 PPG drop in the playoffs, not good. Edwards back up to a 99 over the offseason. We brought in Anthony Simons. I was like, where's Keegan Murray? He's just such a low overall. He's down on the list. We really traded JR for him, man. I'm going to keep it short and simple here. We lost again in round 2. Only won 51 regular season games. It's also concerning that Rob Dillingham didn't progress up anymore over the offseason. I thought he'd continue to improve. It says implementing the ultimatum, initiating a roster overhaul. What are we about to get? Targeting Wemby or Chet? If we get Wemby, finalizing the ultimatum. What's the deal? What's the deal? Executing a roster overall. This is a crisis point. And is in his contract year. We went from 68 wins to 66, now down to 51. The regular season dynasty is dead, and the second round curse is very much alive. The Minnesota 76ers can't make it past round 2. Worst of all, Ant is in a contract year. He has 1 year left on his deal. In the modern NBA, this is where a superstar forces the team's hand. The current core, Bam, Keegan, small guards, isn't working. We are too small to beat the Western Giants, and the roster is cluttered with redundant guards. Dillingham, Simon, Sexton are all 6'3" or shorter. That is a great point. We have one shot to keep Ant before he hits free agency. We are cashing in all our chips. Here's the move for season 4. The move. Unicorn ultimatum. Bam, 31 is great, but he shrinks the floor. To beat Dallas and the rest of the West, Ant needs a running mate who protects the rim and shoot threes at an elite level. The trade. Package Bam, Rob, and Keegan Murray, if needed, to the Thunder for Chet Holmgren. If OKC refuses Chet, target Wemby. If both fail, target Mobley again. Get me a giant who can shoot or I'm gone. Ant and Chet or Wemby form the ultimate modern duo. Alright, let's see what we can do. This is it. Contract year championship or Ant leaves Minnesota. So that's the ultimatum. We've got to try and trade for Chet Holmgren. If that doesn't work, we're going to somehow try and trade for Wemby. I don't think that's going to happen. So they said Bam, Rob. I'll offer up these two, see what happens. They say no. And then I'll do some picks. Was that the offer they wanted? Let me double check. Best editor on YouTube. Oh, and Keegan Murray if needed. Okay, so we got Bam, Rob, and we'll throw in Keegan Murray because the first trade didn't work. Now, it's not going to work financially with Keegan. Maybe I'll just have to throw me one more player or something. Okay, no. They need to throw me a pretty significant amount of salary. Maybe this Galloway dude, he was just signed. It doesn't really work with Keegan, so I'm going to try like a pick, 2 picks. All right, so the Chet thing's not happening. So it says now try and put together an even bigger offer for Wemby. How in the world are we going to trade for Wemby? I don't know. We'll do Bam, Rob. You give me Wemby and Jan Hansen. Wemby's untouchable. So we'll finally pivot to Evan Mobley, who's a 91. I'll do Bam, Rob, and I guess Keegan's got to be in here too. What if we just do Bam and Keegan? What do you think about that? No? Then we'll do Rob as well. And they say no. We struck out there. Struck out completely. I'm going to keep it short and simple. Struck out on all 3. Airball of doom. This is a code red situation. The AI GMs are holding on to the young unicorns too tightly. We have to pivot immediately. We cannot enter Edwards' contract year with the same roster that just won 51. We need a center who protects the rim and shoots threes to clear the paint for Ant. Since the tier 1 unicorn said no, here's the plan B panic list for season 4. You still have Bam, Dillingham, and Keegan Murray as trade chip. Option 1, the Block Panther, Jaren Jackson Jr. Why him? Because he's a DPOY candidate who shoots 36 to 38 from 3. Closest thing to Chet available. Oh, and the offer is Bam plus Rob or a 2nd round pick. And then they say Kristaps or Miles Turner. It says go all in for Jaren first. If that fails, get Porzingis. We need spacing. Now, what they don't know about Jaren Jackson Jr. is every time I get this dude on my 2K teams, everything falls apart. I'm gonna have to do Bam and Keegan to make the money work. It's gonna be the only way we can get this through financially. So let's see what they say about this. This will probably go through. It's done. All right. Okay, I went ahead and updated the AI. We got the Block Panther on the team. I sent the trade. Bam and Keegan Murray for Jaren Jackson. We had to get a deal done, man. This was taking a minute. And now we're entering Ant's contract year. This is an ultimatum situation, right? Either we win it or we're out of here. This is a massive recovery. We struck out on the Unicorns, but we landed the DPOY. Jaren is the perfect plan B. The new identity, no fly zone. Wait, what you mean? I traded Bam. You told me to trade Bam, no? Yeah, it told me to trade Bam. I literally sent the trade. The goal, we need Western Conference Finals at minimum. If we lose in the second round again, the AI might trigger him to test free agency. Okay, so this is a big season for Anthony Edwards and Jaren Jackson Jr. I will say the spacing in Triple J is probably going to be valuable. It's just, will it be enough is the ultimate question here. Look at Rob averaging 20 early in the season. We'll need him to play really well. Jokic is your MVP. Dude's won every MVP this video. He has 7 of those things. He's won 4 straight in our NBA universe here. We need to do a Jokic one, don't we? We have to. Yeah, gotta do a Jokic AI sim at some point. Anthony Edwards was 3rd team this year, averaged 27, 6, and 5. And you know what? We won 53. It wasn't too bad. Triple J was at 19 a night with 7 rebounds. Rob Dillingham, he averaged 20 at the start, but was down to 14 by the end of the year. Round 1, we got H-Town, Jabari Smith Jr., The Goon, Reed Shepard, and we're down 3-2. We take it 7. Ant, if we don't make it past round 2, the AI might tell you, hey, we're getting out of here in free agency. So if you want to stay a Minnesota Timberwolves, this game is incredibly important. And we're not even going to make it out of the first round. Jaren Jackson, 25 and 12. Anthony Edwards with 19. And we fall short here. Ant did sign an extension, but we are going to override that because the AI was saying stuff about going on ahead and testing free agency. Wait, why is his contract saying 4 years? Come on, 2K. Bro, the contracts have been buggy this year. Okay, wait, we got it. Okay, he's on the last year of his deal now, so he's set to hit free agency. Let's see what the AI says we should do. I guess I'll simulate the rest of the playoffs just to see what happens. Spurs win the championship. To his credit, Ant went down swinging, no Draymond, averaged 30. I'm gonna keep it real simple here. Ant lost in round 1. We won 53 games. Should he test free agency? Typically, I'll send the player progression screenshot and all that to the AI, but this time, I'm just gonna say, hey, are we hitting free agency? I don't want to go all the way to progression because then he will have already picked the next team and it had mentioned some stuff about free agency. It says planning Ant's escape. Oh, we're out of here. Assessing departure scenarios. Charting Ant's escape. The Minnesota era is officially a failure. You gave the front office 9 seasons. That's true. You gave them MVP numbers. They traded for Gobert, then Bam, then Jaren. Well, they didn't do that. You did that. And we went backwards probably because of you. But yeah, sure. The trajectory is clear. The team is getting worse while Ant enters his prime. Yes, he walks. Here are the 3 narratives for his free agency decision. Choose the next chapter. The story. The classic prodigal son arc. Ant returns to Georgia to save his hometown team. The vibe. He wants to be the savior. He doesn't want to join a super team. He wants to build one in his own backyard. The goal, bring Atlanta its first championship. So we got choices here. Option B, the villain arc. San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs just won the title 4-0 over the Bulls. Joining them would be a KD to the Warriors move. The vibe, Ant plus Wemby. It's unfair. It breaks the league. He embraces the hate to guarantee a ring. Goal, win 5 rings in a row. That sounds fun. The culture, Miami Heat. Ant is the successor to D-Wade and Jimmy. He needs a coach and organization that maxes his intensity. The vibe, hard work, defense, and swag. He goes to South Beach and becomes the face of the league in a major market. The goal, prove that he can win as the alpha in a serious system. These are all really cool storylines. I'm gonna say that first of all. I do want to say the villain arc one, forming a super team with Wemby, that's super intriguing. Let me look at all these teams and see what they have and go from there. Okay, so for the San Antonio Spurs, we'd probably have to work out some type of sign and trade. They've got Harper, Castle, Fox, all these guys. So the backcourt's really log jammed, but we could win those 5 straight rings over in San Antonio. That team is stacked right now. Heat are trash. I think they're off the board as an option. The Hawks, you know what? This might be the middle ground. We have a homecoming to ATL. You've got Risa Shea, Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels. This is a good team. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this a sign and trade scenario, right? So here's how this will work. We're going to add a few years to Anthony Edwards' contract. Wait, will it let me? It might not let me. Okay, well, here's what we'll do then. We'll go to free agency, right? And we're going to offer Anthony Edwards just a huge bag, right? Just to ensure he goes back to the Wolves. And then we're going to do a sign and trade option and inform the AI, hey, I chose to go to Atlanta, so we're gonna do Ant to the Atlanta Hawks. I think the package would include Dyson Daniels because they're at the same position. We need another guy for salary, maybe two. Don Taylor, Nicholas here, and Walgreens. We can't throw in Walgreens. Dang, you got to throw in a lot of guys to make this money work. Will we do Asa Newell instead of, can we do just Asa Newell? We'd have to throw in another player too. Okay, Dyson Daniels, Asa Newell, Donald Taylor. This is the trade for Anthony Edwards. Oh, he's got a no trade clause. Dang it. Let me remove that, and then we're going to go to Atlanta. So no trade clause for you. Sorry, Ant. I really love this idea of Anthony Edwards going to Atlanta, and the Wolves still recouping some good value. You get some young players back and stuff. There's the deal. Oh my gosh. We are forcing this trade for the storyline, for the lore. I have to make this work. Welcome to Atlanta, Anthony Edwards. There you go. So the Hawks now have Reese Shea, Jalen Johnson, Ant, Nate Ament. It's a solid core around Edwards. Let's inform the AI of my decision. Show the new look roster. I'm really excited to embark on this next chapter for Anthony Edwards. Ant does regress down one. That's fine. Nate Ament goes up one. Nate Ament's 6'10". Could we low-key play him at center? Yeah, we could. That way he can start with our other wings, because we have so many wings on this team. Call us Wingstop. I said, I choose option A. And then I also sent the Hawks roster. Did I put an apostrophe S on Hawks? That's not the correct grammar, because it should have been the one that's like, I should have spelled it out, I think, like this, right? It should have been Hawks like this. But anyway, just wanted to give you all a quick grammar lesson there. Hopefully that's correct and I'm not spreading misinformation. Welcome home. The Atlanta era begins now. Looking at this roster, my jaw hit the floor. This team is massive. Low taper. You have Jalen Johnson, 89. Z Rizzy, 89. Nate Ament, 87. For context, Nate Ament is a real-life projected top 5 pick in 26 who is basically a 6'10 KD clone. Wow. The problem, you have a traffic jam at the forward spots, and your starting point guard is Davion Mitchell. He's only an 81 and only 6'0. We are not letting a short king hold back this lineup of Giants. Hey, Davion plays big. The move. Project Point Ant. Move Ant to point guard. What? Insert Nate Ament into the starting 5. Trade Davion Mitchell and Miles Turner for Jalen Duren or a younger athletic center. We're playing bully ball. By moving Ant to PG, we unlock the depth lineup. Ant, Z Rizzy, Nate Ament, Jalen Johnson, Jalen Duren. Okay. So they want me to go get JD for a package that includes Davion Mitchell. I like Davion though. He brings so much defensive grit, or another athletic center. So Jalen Duren, financially, we can't make this deal work. Yeah, we can't make the money work for Jalen Duren. I'm sorry. There's no way without giving up so many pieces. But they did say just get another athletic center. Also, Ant's going to point now. His overall does go down a little bit at PG. He's just going to have to take one for the team. So Miles Turner, Davion Mitchell, throw them in there. We should be able to get a good athletic center. Of course, we'll ask the AI for their thoughts on it. Maybe like Mitchell Robinson. He's a lob threat, can play defense. I don't know if that's who we're really looking for. And it also wanted Nate Ament to not be a center, which was something I was going to do. Dominating, low-key. I mean, he can catch lobs and stuff if that's what we're looking for. I'm going to see if this is okay. I know from previous videos that the AI loves DeAndre Ayton, which I know sounds really weird, but every time, like, it calls Reeves, Luka, LeBron, and Ayton a big four. So yeah, that's how the AI feels about DeAndre Ayton, just for some context here. So I said we can't make the money work for Duren. How about Domin Ayton? Take the deal. This is a heist. I told y'all. I assumed Ayton would be on a max contract. Why? He said you get him for $7.66 million a year. The bully ball fit. Ayton is 7'0", 250. Better rebounded than Turner. Ayton has a reliable 15-footer. Hey, Jalen Duren, though, he's hitting hezzy pools now. The contract, paying your starting center 7 M's, allows you to keep this expensive core. So we want Ant, Z Rizzy, Nate Ament, Jalen Johnson, DA. We are too big to fail. What you mean by that? Simulate Season 5. Does the Atlanta Monstars experiment get Ant his first ring? That's hard, bro. The Atlanta Monstars. We pushed the deal through. So we're going to have... I already forgot. Wait, what was the lineup? lineup, it was Ricochet at the 2. Okay, so Ricochet at the 2. Ament's going to be a 3. Z-Rizzy shooting guard. Jalen Johnson power forward. Dominating at center. Point Ant. Let's see what he can do. I will say, this time around, the AI hasn't been as focused on giving Anthony Edwards, like, attribute changes. Maybe because he hit 99 overall so early. That's what I'm, like, theorizing. But I use the same prompt I typically do for these videos, and it's more been focused on Anthony Edwards' career storyline and just changing up his lineups and stuff, which has been fun too. I've actually maybe enjoyed that more than the other times. It keeps it fresh, and seeing the AI influence trades is always fun. Year 1 in ATL is wrapped. Cooper the Hooper is your MVP. Alonzo Reeves, Rookie of the Year. 6'7" is now a 6th man. Anthony Edwards is a 3rd teamer. 29, 4, and 5 is a PG. Point Ant worked a little bit better than I thought it would, to be honest. We're the number 1 seed, 56 wins, and all due respect, we're in an easier conference. We're out east with it this time around, taking on Tyler Hero and the Miami Heat. In the first round, we'll go on ahead and beat them in 5. Next up is Washington. We're up 2-1. Oh my goodness, Anthony Edwards, finally, it took you 5 years, made it out of the second round, and that isn't even lore accurate. Anthony Edwards already has a couple conference finals under his belt. New York Conference Finals. New York! Jalen Brunson, Carl Towns, Connect 4 finally got out of LA, huh, buddy? Mikal Bridges and Nick Claxton. Game 1 will go to us. We take the 2nd. They'll take the 3rd. We take the 4th. Get them out of here. Okay, let me chill. Game 6 on the way. I see San Antonio over there doing their thing. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. If San Antonio beats us, I might regret not becoming Anthony Durant and, you know, making the super team move. We go on ahead and get the dub, though. Ant with 36, averaging 32, 3, and 5 in these playoffs. We're in the finals. The Wolves made the conference finals. Wemby was West MVP and East MVP. So Minnesota, after that trade, did really well. But anyway, we got to get through the Super Spurs. Game 1, we win! Ant with 20 in his finals debut. That was enough for a 1-point dub. We win the 2nd. 37 from Edwards. Chance to go up 3-0 here in the battle for the Larry O.B. Come on, Ant. Are we really about to take a 3-0 lead on the super team Spurs? Because that's what they are, bro. That's what they are, a super team. 31 from Edwards. Wemby's 48 and 10 isn't enough. We can sweep the finals right here. Okay, the Spurs might get one. Spurs are going to get one. That's okay. 24 from Ant. As long as we close it out in this 5th game, should be fine. Don't want to give them momentum to start coming back. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't know how we got off to this 3-0 start in the first place. So if they start winning multiple, they might win multiple. They're going to win multiple games. Oh, no. 43 from Edwards wasn't enough. He wanted to close this out, but Wemby wanted it more. 45 and 10, only missed 2 shots. If we blow a 3-0, game 6, close it out here. Spurs are right there in the rear view. Oh, they're ahead of us now. They passed us. We got a 3-point game. Let's jump in. Man, I know that this video hasn't had much gameplay. It hasn't had any gameplay yet. In these AI videos, I do want to more so focus on the prompts, but I always like to get in the games. I've been trying to simcast. We just haven't had close games. Well, here you go. Here's a good one. Game 6. We're currently down by 6. 2:17 to go. Ball will go into James. James swings it to Edwards. Who is that Sion? Yeah, it's Sion James. All right, anyway. Anthony Edwards bumping Dylan Harper. We got to overcome quite the deficit to close this game. Ant throws it down to Nate Ament for the slam. I'm not going to lie to you. Ant looks good in those Atlanta Hawks threads for sure. Could y'all see him playing for Atlanta in real life? I feel like he'll be a one franchise player, but you never know. De'Aaron Fox gets the screen from Harper. Oh, wide open. And 4th quarter, Fox will deliver a big time jumper there, putting the Spurs up by 7. Golly, bro. That Spurs mascot is actually scary. Like, that thing is terrifying, bro. Ball will go into Anthony Edwards. Edwards defended by Harper. Throws it down to Ayton. So there's your dominating, AI. There's your dominating. Getting his stuff smacked. Thomas Sorber hits Harper. Open corner 3. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're getting fried down the stretch of this game. Spurs up by 10. Just over a minute and a half to go. I'm about ready to get out of here. It's starting to get ugly. Anthony Edwards up the middle. He tries to finish but can't. Dylan Harper, a great contest. And yeah, we're out of this one. Game 7 coming up. We might just blow a 3-0. Ant's 25 wasn't enough. Yeah, Ant, when we're trying to close a series, I need more than 25. I need everybody locked in for this game. Oh, Ant's been averaging 31 all playoffs. We thought it was sweet when we got up 3-0 on San Antonio. It was not sweet. We're playing them a little bit close. Come on, get back in it. Oh no, Spurs are pulling away. Spurs are pulling away. We've lost it. It's over. We just blew a 3-0 lead and had 45 in game 7. But Wemby, I mean, he had a triple-double. His teammates played well. Jan Hansen dropped 20, and we lost, man. We were on the 1-yard line. Fumbled. This is like if you're in the end zone and they cancel your touchdown. Like, this was horrible. Okay, here we go. I'm going to drop the update. I'm typing this one out in real time for y'all. Bro, Chacho, we blew a 3-0 lead. What in the world? This team is sad. I can't believe it. We almost had the title. Won 56 regular season games. 1 seed. 3-0 lead. NBA Finals. Blew it. Come on, bro. Come on. And y'all see me typing all fast there. By the way, I'm only using like 1% of my power. I can type probably 70, 80 words a minute if I'm locked in. I used to be able to get 90, but I might be washed now. I think peak typing for me was probably like 5th, 6th grade. I could type like 70, 80 words a minute. Everybody thought I was so tough. No, they didn't. This is absolutely heartbreaking. Blowing a 3-0 lead in the NBA Finals is historic. It has never happened in real life. I know the 2K script clearly decided it was Wemby's time and your team just fell apart. We cannot run this back with the same vibes. The locker room is traumatized. We need a scapegoat to cleanse the bad energy. DeAndre Ayton, what happened to your mans? What happened to your mans? I thought DeAndre Ayton was our guy. He's regressing. There's no way an 81 overall center is stopping Prime Victor. Yeah, he was getting fried. Here's the move for season 6, the redemption tour. The move, package DeAndre Ayton and Moses Moody or picks to get a defensive specialist at center. They're saying go after D-Live, Walker Kessler, or, you know, their favorite player, Evan Mobley. We don't pay for past mistakes. That's the narrative. Ayton was the center who led the Spurs come back from 3-0. He represents the failure. By bringing in D-Live, you get a vertical spacer who can run the floor with Ant Z, Rizzy, and Ament. We are getting younger and more athletic. I think Derek Lively or Walker Kessler is for sure gettable. If we just go Ayton, Moses Moody, probably don't even need any picks, to be honest. I was assuming one of them would pop up, but they didn't, so that's a shame. Walker Kessler's an 86. What's his contract situation? 25 a year. Derek Lively's an 83. He's making about 10 a year, so that'd probably be a much more doable trade for us. They said Moses Moody or picks, so I'm gonna just do whatever works best for me. We go Ayton, 131 bands more than allowed. I'll give you Allen Meeks. They think they're contenders. Oh, great. I'll give you 1 pick. Okay, well, that was easy. That was easy. There's the trade. Okay, we went on ahead and got D-Live. I'm gonna tell the AI, then we're gonna get started with another season for Anthony Edwards. This is the perfect reset. You just swapped a center who plays like it's a job, Ayton, for a center who plays like his hair's on fire, Lively. D-Live is the final piece of the Monstars, maximum verticality, lob connection, the Wemby counter. Yeah, Lively's probably better to guard, Wemby than Ayton for sure. The vibe, revenge tour. The locker room isn't just sad anymore, they're angry. Narrative, Anthony Edwards took that 3-0 collapse personally. Where have I heard that before? He isn't smiling this season. He is on a mission to destroy the league and get back to the Spurs. I expect Ant to average a career high in assists 10 plus. What? He averages like 4. This isn't happening, but okay. Simulate season 6. Does the new energy bring the trophy to Atlanta, or do we have to blow it all up already? Yeah, man. This AI is more impatient than, you know, when you were younger and you were on the road trip talking about some, are we there yet? Man, shut up. You've been in the car for 7 minutes. You already ate 2 packs of M&Ms, slammed a Fanta. Now you're talking about, are we there yet? Shouldn't have ate all your snacks. You're going to be bored now. I remember as a kid, when we would go on road trips, we had this DVD player. I know, crazy. We didn't watch stuff on the phone. Had a DVD player, and I would watch Cars on it. Ka-chow! Bro, I used to rock with Cars. Lightning McQueen. Darren Peterson wins MVP over in LA. I think the thing holding back Ant from winning MVPs is just the fact that, like, outside of, he didn't even make All-NBA this year. Outside of the points and, the points, he just doesn't get a lot of rebounds and assists. That's the problem. 27, 3, and 4 from Ant's not bad at all. He says, if I'm going to be honest with you, it's looking like I'm going to test free agency when my contract's up. He's got 3 years left, though. Team played super well. 63 W's. We got even better. Derek Lively might have really been the missing piece. They really said DeAndre Ayton plays basketball like it's his job. That's crazy. We sweep round 1, sweep round 2. Next up, we got Chicago. Uncle Jokic, Derek Lively. We need you to hold this down defensively. They also got Kyrie Kyrie. It's the unction over there. We're up 3-1. They win game 5. Okay, let's close this in 6. Get back to the finals and do what we need to do. Okay, we got a close one. 3-point ball game, 2:20 to go. We're currently down. Got to get this dub to get to the battle for the Larry O.B. Atari is inbound, and isn't that the name of a console? He'll give it into Derek Lively. Lively swings it to Walter Clayton. Clayton, the pass fake, bounces to Anthony Edwards. Edwards defended by Josh Giddey. Ant gonna get a screen from our new addition, Derek Lively. Leaning 3 for Edwards is off. Decent look for Ant. I would have liked if maybe he just, slowed up a little bit instead of taking the moving shot as Irving misses a mid-range, and we'll get a quick stop. Here's Ant pushing the ball the other way. Edwards bumps Josh Giddey. Ant stopped in his tracks, blows by him, had the layup, but passed out to Atari. Atari will get the screen from Lively. Oh, they dropped too far back. Sharpshooter knocks it down, and just like that, game is tied. Minute 40 to go. Kyrie Irving walks it up the floor for Chicago. Irving defended by Walter Clayton, gonna hit a quick spin move. Kyrie forced to pick it up by Clayton, throws it out to Asenge. Asenge, the pass fake. He's gonna get it down to Jokic. Derek Lively, this is where you're put to the test. Good defense, Derek. Yup. Oh my gosh, that's good defense, just better offense. Nikola Jokic, 29 points on the night. He finishes at home. Edwards with it. He'll go for a 3. He can't hit. Ant-Man, we need you to deliver on some of these shots. We need buckets. Kyrie Irving, shakes his man, finishes it. Even at what, probably 41, new meme, years old, he's still getting to it. He's 39 in year 20, still breaking ankles. And the Bulls are now up by 4. We don't want to go to game 7 again. Clayton Jr. up the middle, open mid-range. Come on! Can't make a 5-footer? I'd make that in my sleep. Kyrie Irving with the ball, defended by Moses Moody. He'll be doubled. It goes over to Modest Buzelis. Why is he so open? Giddey the rebound. Oh my gosh. It goes out to Asenge, second chance opportunity down to Giddey. It's over. Bro, I'm not going to lie. Ant and friends have looked terrible in these hopping games. Our entire squads have just folded like omelets every time we jump in. 23 from Ant, even though he's averaging 34 in the playoffs. In this game, he just didn't come through. Game 7, final strip on the line. Bro, Ant, we're wasting years at this point, too. How old are you? You are 29. We played 11 years, and we still don't have a chip? Thank you. Thank you. Ant had a bad night. It was JT Toppin, Obi's brother, right? Are they related? Oh, no. Obi's related to Jacob Toppin. JT Toppin is just another guy with the same last name. Anyway, we're in the finals, taking on the Lakers. Anthony Edwards is your East MVP. Darren Peterson, your West MVP. Darren won MVP of the league, and let's show him who the real MVP is. Game 1, we win. How many times did I just say MVP in the span of 30 seconds? We win the second, the third. Oh my goodness. Are we gonna finally do it? If we blow another 3-0 lead, I might end the video. No, we're not doing that though. Anthony Edwards is going to close it out right here, right now. 30 ball from Jalen Johnson, 23 from Ant, 26 from Z Rizzy, 30 a night from Ant in the finals. 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Point Ant has done it. A championship, a finals MVP in season number 11. Now, what's in store for us in the offseason as far as player progression and all that goes? I guess we're going to find out real quick. Oh, looks like we basically just kept our guys. We can run this back. Okay, so I said we won the ring. Ant was finals MVP. Let's go, bro. Tato chip. I wonder what's next for us. You never know with this AI. It could just be like retire. It loves to send guys into an early retirement. No, but that's not going to happen. At 29 years old, my guy Ant's still a 97 overall, and he probably would be a 99 if he was at the 2. It's not time for him to leave the game. It's saying assessing dynasty potential, exploring legacy challenges, devising next steps. I like the sound of all this. Contemplating repeat strategy. Yeah. Implementing the roster shakeup. No. Bro, Tato chip, we did it. The Minnesota curse is officially broken. We didn't just win, we dominated. A 4-0 sweep in the finals is a statement. Ant averaged 31 and 4 on 60% shooting in the playoffs. It's Jordan level efficiency. Why we won? The Derek Lively effect. Hey, we got Aiden out of there and we did our thing. The Vert vertical spacing, the speed, Monstars defense, dynasty decision. Now comes the hardest part of any 2K simulation, managing the ego and money. Looking at your roster, you have a super team problem. Jalen Johnson's an 89, Nate Ament's an 89, Z Rizzy's an 88. You have 3 guys. What? No. Nate Ament's becoming too good to be a third option. If we keep everyone, their tendencies will clash, morale might drop. Plus, Nate Ament is due for a max extension. Here's the move to secure the dynasty for the next 5 years. The future is now. Send Jalen Johnson to a contender for draft picks and a 3-and-D role player and play Nate Ament at the 4. We're clearing the runway. Nate Ament's the future Pippen to Ants Jordan, but why would we trade Nate Ament? Jordan had Tony Kukoc. Jalen Johnson can't be Tony Kukoc. We're clearing the runway. Unleash Ament. We want him to play more. We get draft picks. Why? Why would we do this? I feel like there's been such a focus on making roster adjustments in this video. Bro, Jalen Johnson's so good to be trading for a 3-and-D role player. And we want picks back too. Not really seeing that guy right now. Yeah, I can't find any deals that are giving me picks or anything. So I'm not sure what we're going to do here. I'm going to go back to the AI, see what's up. I just went ahead and said I couldn't find any deals that get me picks, because that's the truth. We couldn't find anything. There were trades for like Scotty Barnes and some other deals that I liked, but they didn't say go get Scotty Barnes. They said go get a role player and picks, and that deal was not on the table. It says the no picks glitch or stubborn AI happens sometimes in deep simulations. The AI GMs overvalue their draft capital when they think they're contenders. Since we can't get draft picks, we're going to pivot strategies. Instead of selling Jalen Johnson for future assets, we're going to tear down. What? So we're just going to trade for a worse player. Oh, okay. So they're saying Trey Murphy, Herb Jones type archetype, a guy who can defend, a guy who can shoot, or trade for a player who has high potential, or go get Evan Mobley because they love Evan Mobley. They said manually try and propose a trade for Trey Murphy. That's the recommendation of the AI, is to try and go get Trey Murphy if we can. So I guess that's going to be our number one priority for now. I don't even know if Trey Murphy's still in the league. We've simulated so long, and I'm scrolling down this list and I can't find him. Oh, bro actually might have retired. They also said maybe try and find a guy with upside. Again, we're looking for a wing. Hans Steinbeck, he's a 19 and 12 guy, so he's probably going to score a little bit more. They said look for like 76 to 79 overalls with high potential. This dude, Grant Dudley, was just the 11th pick, and he has only B- potential. Cody Williams, no. What about Ced Coward, man? Young wing, but I don't think... Okay, he demands quite a few shots, so I guess he's not our guy either. I threw in some second-round picks just to try and shake up the returns. Or even like something like this. Where was it? Chris Anderson could be good, but I wasn't looking at that deal. Darius Acuff and Donovan Clingan. I know this isn't what we're looking for, but I'm going to throw this deal across AI's table, see what they're thinking. You think about it, though. With Darius Acuff, with Clingan, you could slide Ant back to the 2, have Acuff be the point guard, then have Clingan be an even better center for us. With all of that into consideration, I think it could be a good trade. And just looking at Darius, let me slide back over to 2K. Darius is at 8 assists a night. His efficiency kind of sucks, but we're hoping that'll come around. Yes, this is a no-brainer. You're robbing the Blazers blind, trading one player who we needed to move anyway and getting back 2 starting caliber players who are younger and cheaper. That's what I'm saying. That's why this trade is a masterclass. The asset upgrade, you're trading an 89 for an 87 and 85. The cap space trick. Clingan's on a 1-year deal. This is genius. You use him for this season, defend the title, then his money's off the books, and then the problem it solves. Nate Ament's the undisputed starting 4. Jalen Johnson's gone. Runway's clear. So this opens up the room for Nate Ament like we wanted, and we can slide Ant back to the 2, play Nate Ament at the 4. And Zachary Risachet will go back to the 3. So there you go. That was a well thought out, meticulously planned move there. It took a lot of thinking, but we were able to get it done. Now Ant goes back to the 2, where he is a 99 with his morale boost. All right, I think we're in for a great season. I thought it was going to be a bad situation with the Jalen Johnson trade, but we were able to turn it into something good. And look at the rotation. It's perfectly balanced. Yeah, we're going to repeat. We're opening up the season really slow after that very confident statement from yours truly. Darren Peterson manages another MVP. Rod Gaines, bro's been lifting. Ant-Man does not make All-NBA at all, and Matt was able to make All-Rookie second team. We won 49 games. Ant was at 25, 3 and 4. Bro, his rebounding and assists in the sim are just always so low, and that hurts him for making All-NBA. Round 1, we got the New York Knicks. AJ DeBonsta leading the way over there. I mean, the rest of the team's kind of old, besides Mika Murin and Johan Grunlow, but Brunson and Grimes, that's an old backcourt right there. We're 2-2. We go up 3-2. We're not losing in round 1. We got a title to defend. We might lose in round 1, even though we have a title to defend. All right, Ant, let's lock in. Are those Ant shoes that he has on right here? Are those Ants? I don't know if I'm rocking with those, man. They're interesting. In the Hawks colorway, they definitely catch your eye. I don't know if it's in a good way or a bad way. I'm kind of undecided at the moment. And in this game 7, okay, Ant, I think we're the lower seed in this one, so we might be in the Garden for the 7th game. Yep, we're in the Garden. Up by 3, 2:07 to go. Let's hop in and see how Ant closes. Feel like your Hawks have kind of sucked at closing games so far in this video, so hopefully we look a little better here. Nate Ament stumbles with the ball, gives it to Walter Clayton. Ament will get it back. He's got Karl Towns on him. Nate slows it down, swings it to Edwards. Anthony Edwards working on Malachi Branham here. Ant, 5 on the shot clock, needs to make his move, fakes the jumper. Oh, he's going to be forced into a tough contested one, and he misses it. Grunlow the rebound. Brunson with the ball. He'll push it the other way. Loses Clayton for a second and knocks down the tough midi as he's falling to the floor. Knicks within 1. I saw something that New York could be interested in trading for AD. How would that work? Y'all give up Cat? I wouldn't think Knicks fans would want to do that. I don't know. Edwards with the ball, defended by Connects 34, rises up for the jumper and misses. Grunlow the rebound. He'll give it to Nolan Traore, wearing number 88. Ooh, I don't know if I rock with that jersey number. It'll go back to Traore, to DeBonsta. DeBonsta, defended by Z Rizzy, aka Zachary Risache. There's a screen from Grunlow. DeBonsta swings it over to Grunlow. Klingon able to recover. He was caught jumping for joy there for a second, but a nice second effort, and he gets the contest. Gets the stop. We're up by 1 with a minute to go. Acuff Jr. with the ball. Less than a minute left now. Ament will swing to Edwards. Edwards wants a 3. He'll get it. Big time shot. Anthony Edwards puts us up by 4. He's cheesing with that trash face scan. Well, it's not a face scan. It's a face creation, because bro's one of the best players in the league and still hasn't gotten his face scanned into 2K. Grunlow will give the ball into DeBonsta. DeBonsta to connect 4 to Murin. Murin swings it. It goes to Traore. Back to Grunlow. Grunlow throws it back to Traore. He has a look at the rim and banks it home. Knicks within 2, about 35 seconds to go. Shout out KD. Darius Acuff Jr. with it. He'll drive. Mid-range is off. Klingon flies in for the rebound. That's our trade edition. Back to Darius. He'll get a screen, and he'll dump it down to Donovan, who lays it in. Klingon, some big time plays down the stretch of this game. I gotta watch my yelling. I've been under the weather this weekend. I can feel my voice entering low power mode right now, so I gotta chill out. Grunlow into Traore. Traore will get the screen. Nolan's gonna try and drive. Oh no, he isn't. He's swinging it to Murin, who misses it, and we narrowly escape with a Game 7 win. Good battle from New York. This time it was 27 from Risache. Edwards only had 12, but I guess it was enough, huh? Our next opponent will be the Philly Sixers. Sixers still have Tyrese and VJ, and they picked up Cam Boozer. Quite the core they have there. And they're going into this as the number 1 seed, and we're getting cooked. Losing in 5 games after an NBA championship. It's almost like we had a good thing with Jalen Johnson, and we should have just kept bro. But you know what? What do I know? We probably should have traded him for a 74 overall so that Nate Ament could shine more. Nate Ament was terrible. All due respect. I'm sure Nate Ament, well, I'm not sure of this, but I hope he has a great NBA career. He'll be entering the league in the 26th draft class is what the AI told me. I definitely have heard about him. I don't even know where he plays college, to be honest. Definitely got to brush up on my college ball with that college basketball game being rumored to come out in the next couple years. Or have they even had a release date? I don't know, but that's a conversation, that whole college ball game. And I kind of want to do videos on that once it eventually comes out, but I need to know college ball if I do videos on it. I'm going to add this here in this prompt. We only won 49 games and lost in round 1. What's next? Or sorry, it was round 2. What's next? Remember, we don't have to do trades. We can do upgrades or other changes in addition to trades, because I feel like the AI's just been giving me like trade moves, which is fine to a point, but like I like when it gives upgrades or downgrades or other challenges, whatever it may be, and I feel like we haven't seen a ton of that. So I'm gonna remind the AI, sometimes with this AI stuff, you gotta be a little more detailed. I'm sure once the AI advances, it'll be able to do a much better job, but we just aren't there yet with that technology. This is a classic super team stagnation. The upgrade. Alright, Gemini. Ant is 30 years old now. He can't just rely on out-jumping 22-year-olds anymore. He needs to evolve into his old man game era. Think Jordan in 96 or Kobe in 09. We got an upgrade here. We're changing Ant's playstyle from slasher to mid-range assassin. See, this is the stuff I like. Plus 10 to pulse control, plus 10 to strength, plus 5 to midi. And they're saying, hey, Darius Acuff doesn't shoot the ball as much. We're dropping his tendencies. And then Anthony Edwards is going to shoot the ball and get the ball as much as possible. He'll also get post phenom, midi magician on Hall of Fame. The nice guy era is over. No more Mr. Nice Ant. Ant realizes that sharing the ball with young guys, Acuff Ament, led to a second round exit. By maxing out his strength in post game, he stops relying on speed and starts bullying defenders. We're forcing the sim to treat him as the undisputed #1 option again. And they're saying, does Bully Ant get the MVP back, or is Father Time undefeated? So I'm gonna have my upgrades right here so I can reference those. I always liked when AI was building the storyline rather than just trading players every single time. There's definitely room for the trades and everything else, but you get what I'm saying. Post control is gonna go plus 10, which is definitely needed because his post game isn't all the way there. Putting that up to a 69. And then as far as physicals, we're going to have his strength go up 10. His strength's only a 60. I feel like Ant's definitely stronger than that, but that's going up. Mid-range is a plus 5 to a 93, the old man game. And then for the badges, we got 2 Hall of Fames, post fade phenom, Hall of Fame, and midi magician, which I guess is mini marksman here. Put that on Hall of Fame. And they want the shot tendency for Anthony Edwards to be adjusted up to 100. Same thing for touch tendency and Darius. They want his dropped. Hold on, let me see what it was. They want his touch tendency down, not his shot tendency. So his touch tendency is going to go down to an 82. That's a minus 15 for him. And then Ant up to 100. So Ant's going to be the 1A, the alpha dog. They want him to get that MVP. I think that some playmaking upgrades or some rebounding upgrades would really go a long way for Anthony Edwards on the MVP front. Just to be honest with you, I'm also going to shorten up the rotation so Ant gets more minutes. I think that'll help too. But something on that front would be really helpful because it inflates his stats. And when you have a more well-rounded stat line, as we've seen with Jokic, that's going to win you those MVP. I mean, Jokic was just averaging million-point triple-doubles, so of course he's going to win MVP. I think in real life, Shea might get it again, man. I mean, the Thunder are just too good. If they keep up this pace, let's say they win 70-plus games, which I think is a real possibility. I just think you have a hard time not giving it to Shea unless there's some other team that's in the high 60s of wins or close to that same total, and they've got a superstar doing similar things, because Shea's putting up huge numbers while barely even playing fourth quarters because he doesn't need to, because his team's giving these other teams belt every single game. So you know, it's just crazy. And I'm not the biggest Shea fan, to be honest with you, but you got to give him his respect at the end of the day. There he is, clutch player of the year, right on cue. What's up, Shea? Anthony Edwards does not make all NBA after all that we did for him. 29 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. See, I'm telling you, it's these rebounds, it's these assists that are holding my dog back. But regardless, we won a lot of games, 61 wins. We got the Toronto Raptors in round 1, and we're kind of struggling. Are you kidding? Game 7 against Toronto with Scotty Barnes. This should just not be a game 7. We're the 1 seed, they're the 8 seed. That's all you need to know at the end of the day. And we do win it. 20-31 from Anthony Edwards. Next up, it's going to be the Brooklyn Nets. We got Chet and Dirk. The AI has wanted us to trade for Chet and Evan Mobley a bunch of times. Evan Mobley, really a whole lot. We're up 3-2, and we win in 6. All right, Chi-Town, conference finals, JD, Jalen Duren, another guy who the AI wanted us to trade for. I'm going to be honest, this Bulls roster isn't all that great. They don't have a single 90-plus player. Look at JD rocking the KDs. But some good names on this roster for sure, good players. 2K does love the Bulls in the sim. That's probably why they made it this far, but we're going to sweep them. And Anthony Edwards is back in the finals, taking on the Goon over in Houston. Ant-Man averaging 35 in the East Finals to help us get here. 32 a night in these playoffs. So that scoring, mid-range, I'm not going to pass it to you, I'm that guy upgrades seem to have really helped. Next will be the H-Town Rockets. Game 1, we win. Anthony Edwards, 27-10. Z Rizzy with 30. Game 2, we win as well. Beat him by almost 40. Ant had 25. Game 3, we'll lose. We take the 4th, and they win the 5th. Okay, we don't want to blow another finals lead, because Ant, you're already known as the dude who blew the 3-0. If you're the dude who also blew a 3-1, oh, it's really over with. But we're not going to have another blemish on our resume. How about 170 on him in regulation? Ant-Man closes out the finals with a 50-piece. 18 for 23 from the field, 6 of 8 from 3, and that'll do it. Ant is your finals MVP. Controller battery's low. Don't care. We just won another championship, man. Beating the Rockets in 6 games. That first round was a struggle, wasn't it? But we were able to take care of business. Shout out to the guys. Great season. We'll head into the off season, see how the roster changes, and then, of course, go back on over to Google Gemini. Nate Ament continues to improve. Andre Jordan is on the team. We lost Darius Acuff Jr., brought in Mad Max, who's already regressing at 32. Yeah, they do Tyrese wrong with the regression and the simulation. Oh, and guess who's here? Danny Wolf, W name. But I think we're going to struggle with Darius Acuff no longer on the team. I gave the update. We won the ring. Ant closed out the series with a 50-piece, no Wendy's. However, in the offseason, Darius Acuff Jr. left the team. That's 2 championships for those of you keeping track at home. We're 13 seasons deep, and Ant's resume is very much decorated. 50 points to close it out. Bully Ant is officially a legend. This is a legacy-defining performance. However, losing Darius for nothing is a tough blow. The AI GMs are ruthless. We're left with a guard salad. Yo! Savo Drezic, Adonis Jordan, Tyrese Maxey, none of them are championship level starters. I agree. Ant is 31. He's slowing down physically, but his IQ is peaking. It's time for the final evolution of his career. Here's the move for season 9. 3-peat attempt. AI does not understand what a 3-peat is. That means 3 in a row, not just 3. Move Ant to point guard. Pass accuracy, pass IQ on 99. So Ant's going to become the real PG. And then we got to do some other stuff, some cleaning house. But first, let's do the point guard upgrade. See, now that's how you really get Ant right as a PG. You want to make him a point guard? Let's do it the right way and give him the facilities he needs to be a PG. So we've got pass accuracy and IQ going up to 99. Pass IQ was on an 84 before, pass accuracy on an 80. And then we've got Hall of Fame Dimer and Needle Threader badges. That'll be playmaking. Dimer wasn't even equipped. And then Versatile Visionary is the equivalent of Needle Threader, I believe. So we throw that on there. And Ant's back up to a 99 with the morale boost. So I think this is going to be an awesome season for Ant. I will say we've got a lot of point guards, so I'm going to move away. They said Adonis Jordan. This dude's name is Andre. They were just making up guard names, I think. No, they got Savo's name right, but they just made up Andre. I don't know. I'm going to slide. Who's tallest here? Savo? I'm going to play you at the 2. That'll actually help us out quite a bit. And then Tyrese Maxey, just to help a little more with this guard salad situation, I'm going to play you at the 2 guard spot. And then we also, oh, hold on. Hold that thought. Before we start the season, we need to do the cleaning house trade. So let's slide back over to the AI. Cleaning the house. So they're wanting us to package Tyrese Maxey name value with Noah Clowney and picks. So they're saying Tyrese Maxey, the only value Mad Max holds is just off his name, which is crazy work. And we need to get a starting small forward because Reese Shea is going to go to the 2. Oh, so they want to do that whole situation again. They're saying target Brandon Miller, Asar Thompson, Cooper Flag. How am I going to get Cooper Flag for 2 staplers and a coupon to an all-you-can-eat buffet? Here's a take. All-you-can-eat buffets, man, I don't understand them. Well, I do understand them. Like, you go there and you eat everything you can. But why? Like, how is that enjoyable? Is that crazy to say? Like, it's not something that I would really enjoy. You get so full, you don't feel good. Now, Thanksgiving will do an exception. That's an eating-related holiday. So that's different. I'm about to go crazy on Thanksgiving. But going to a buffet, I don't know, man. I'm not a huge fan. I went to this pizza buffet before one time. I felt so terrible afterwards. I remember me and the guys played basketball after the pizza buffet. Oh, I do have the green light to throw in multiple picks in this trade package, so I might do it just to see if we can get any better wings here. No, it really looks like I've got my eye on Jalen Tyson. I think he'd be a perfect fit. Not a high usage player by any means, but can play his role. And we get Johan Grunlow, who was here before, wasn't he? No, he was on New York. That's where I recognize the name from. I'm gonna see if this trade is cool. Sent through the trade. We'll see what the AI thinks. I know that these AI career videos take a longer time. A lot of the videos lately have been longer videos, but y'all have shown a ton of support on them, so I really do greatly appreciate that. And I don't know if I've already mentioned that this video, I put out some tweets about it, but this is Thanksgiving week. Some of y'all might have time off, so I'm planning on posting some extra content, doing some double uploads and stuff throughout the week, so stay tuned. This is a strategic win. You aren't robbing them blind like the Blazers trade, but you're getting exactly what you need. You're trading 2 bench players for a legitimate starter in Jalen Tyson. In 2K, he usually develops into a tough shot-making wing who can defend. By getting Tyson, you could slide everyone to their natural position. You don't have to play small guards. You get Grunlow, 3rd-string center. So we'll have Ant, Z, Rizzy, Jalen Tyson. Okay, cool, yeah. Let's go ahead and do it. This looks like a good trade to me. Welcome to the squad, Mr. Tyson. And that'll be the lineup just as listed by the AI. I'm really excited for Point Ant. I think he might be able to win an MVP with the passing capabilities that he's going to have now. It should be really good. Darren Peterson, another one. So Ant did not get the MVP. He's at least got to be all NBA with his passing. Yep, told you, second team, average 7 assists. That's it? 29, 3, and 7. I thought with all that passing stuff, bro would average more assists, but it is what it is. We won 55. We're the 3 seed, just 2 games back of the 1 seeded Pacers, who were at 57 Ws. Got the Brooklyn Nets in round 1, Dirk and Chet. Yeah, we faced this team last year, took care of them pretty handily, and this time we lose in 6. All right. Well, Point Ant may not have exactly going to plan. Won a lot of games, didn't make it far in the playoffs. Yeah, that's actually a huge disappointment, to be honest with you. Timberwolves win the championship with Cam Boozer, so I guess Cam Boozer left Philadelphia. Player progression, what do we got here? Ant goes down 1, as does Nate Ament. And did we lose somebody? No, we got everybody. We even picked up LeBaron Falan, and he'll be a good PG for us. Well, we have Ant to be the PG, so I guess he'll be a backup. LeBaron will, unless the AI has other plans. I said lost in round 1 after a 55-win season. Womp womp. All right, it is officially panic time. A 55-win team losing in the first round is a disaster. The PG experiment worked in the regular season, 29-7, but the playoffs, the lack of athleticism at age 32 likely caught up with the team. Father Time is undefeated, and in 2K, age 33 is when the athletic cliff happens. I did not know that, but okay. Players lose their first step, their vertical drops, and they can't blow by defenders anymore. We have to make a hard pivot for season 10. We are no longer the engine, we are the steering wheel. That's hard. The change, the load management era. Drop speed, acceleration, and vertical -5 each. It hurts, but it's realistic. The upgrade, max out IQ. Oh, we get all these: offensive consistency, help DIQ, and pass perception. And then the role changing. We're only playing Ant 28 minutes. The move, the final all-in. Oh, Jalen Tyson, Drezic, and all remaining draft picks for a shot-creating wing, 88 plus overall. Okay, I'm too old for this 82-game grind. Ant officially enters his Bron in 2020 phase. I don't remember Bron ever playing 28 minutes. But all right, old man Ant. First, we got to do our downgrades, our upgrades, then our trades. A lot to do here, for sure. A lot to unpack. Well, I did all the upgrades and downgrades, and then I found out my recording was completely frozen, so that's awesome. Luckily, I found it out before we went any further, but with the changes to athleticism, speed is only a 79, agility at a 78, vertical down to an 85. We did get the upgrades to the IQ stuff, so pass perception, help defense IQ, and offensive consistency are all maxed out now, but the AI also told us to go on ahead and trade Drezic, Jalen Tyson, and as many picks as possible for the best available player. Offering up all my picks, we get nothing, and even with 3 picks, The best we can do is Shaden Sharp. I feel like we could get Shaden with like 1 pick, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I guess he's the highest available player. We'll see if this is satisfactory for the AI. Actually, you know what? We can do better than this. They said go target a player like Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller's over here on the Hornets, 87 overall. I think he's gettable if we go Jalen Tyson, Drezic, or Drezgic. I'm sorry if I'm butchering bro's name. And then we just offer the farm in terms of picks. Couple picks, it gets it done. There you go. We got Brandon Miller. I sent through the trade. Now, what I will say about the whole thing with the 28 minutes per game strategy, what's going to happen is it's almost guaranteed because Ant's playing less. His numbers are going to be worse. The AI is going to think, oh, he's worst. Let's retire him. I can already see it coming from 1,000 miles away, bro. This is the perfect old man Ant insurance policy. You get Brandon Miller as a bucket getter. We've got the Avengers of 2030s basketball. It might be the best shooting lineup in history. Ant, Reese Shea, Brandon Miller, Nate Ament, and then Donovan Clingan can't really shoot. Strategy for season 10, Brandon Miller carry the offense. Ant take over the fourth quarter. Ant's the closer. Okay, Anthony Edwards, we got a completely new type of role, something you've never really seen probably throughout the entirety of your basketball career. You're going to be playing limited minutes in year number 15, only 28 a night. You see, the CPU says play Ant for 37 minutes, but no, it's going to be 28, and we want Brandon Miller in the starting 5. I think he might not be starting because he's also technically a 2, so I'm going to slide him to the 3. Yeah, there you go. And then Ant's minutes are going to drop. We're going to give those to Brandon Miller because it seems like the AI wants Brandon Miller to really be out there going crazy, and we'll see how this goes with Anthony Edwards playing a lot less minutes. Well, I could have told you this was a pretty stupid idea, but the results really showed that. Darren Peterson averaged pretty good numbers, won MVP, but how about Christian Collins? 34 a night, didn't win MVP. That's kind of crazy. Evan Eaton, me on Thanksgiving. Danny Eaton. Ant did not make All-NBA because he played 4 minutes a night. We won 47 games. Ant still averaged 23. And now that it's the playoffs, it's time to eat, Ant. You should be well rested, ready to go for the postseason. And we could be a sneaky team with Ant all of a sudden playing more. We're going 7 with Indianapolis. First round, Halliburton and Bronny Paulo. Alonzo Reeves, this team really good. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. They just have more talent than us. We're probably cooked here. Yeah, we lose game 7 by 2. Maybe should have jumped in, but it's the first round in year 15. I think at this point, we jump into later round matchups. Anthony Edwards with more minutes did do better things. He averaged 26 and 7 in the playoffs. He just doesn't rebound the ball very well at all, which is really interesting. Like less than 3 rebounds a game is crazy. Trey Carson is your finals MVP as my Warriors sweep the finals. Unfortunately, this isn't a Warriors video. I need to go to player progression so I can have that screenshot to send to the AI. With us downgrading his athleticism and him getting older, the athleticism's probably really going to be cooked. Oh, and doesn't even regress down any overalls. Props to him, battling father time as we head into season 16. And also on the last year of his deal, something to keep in mind there, as the team's regressing a lot. That voice crack was crazy. Okay, let's see what the AI is thinking about this new role for Anthony Edwards and what's next in his NBA career. It's talking about exploring free agency paths. Yeah, we could go somewhere next year if you want to. That would be Ant's 3rd team of his career. He's had a lot of success on his hometown Hawks, winning 2 championships. This is a defining moment. Anthony Edwards is 34, well, he's 33, and officially a free agent. The Avengers experiment failed. You won 47 games. You got old players who are regressing. You have 3 paths for the final chapter. So this is the final chapter of Ant's career. Option A, the Kevin Durant, you know who he is. Join the Pacers. If you can't beat him, join him. That Pacers team is elite. The Pacers just eliminated you. They clearly, bro, I promise you the voice cracks are because I've just been sick. This isn't normal. They clearly have the younger, hungrier roster. I'll just edit out the voice crack. So sign with Indiana. That's one play. Option B, the Kobe Bryant. Stay and purge. Get these old guys out of here. Ant refuses to leave ATL, but he demands a full roster reset, trading Z Rizzy and Brandon Miller. I'm cool on that. The final boss, join the Warriors. The goal will be the 6th man of the year, the starting PG for a super team. I kind of like the KD narrative. Is that crazy? I mean, KD's Ant's favorite player, and it's not really a KD move, bro. We lost to them in the first round. That's not as crazy as what KD did at all. And the AI thinks we're a free agent right now, so you know what? We're going to make our decision right now. We're leaving. We're going to go to the Indiana Pacers. This is an older team, but they've got a few young guys who should be able to hold it down. And we're just going to call this... How are we going to do this for Ant? Get him over to Indiana. I don't know how we're going to make this work financially. It might have to be Paolo to send Ant over to Indiana. I'm going to trade override this and get Ant over there just because that's the only universe. We'll call this a sign and trade or something, all right? Ant-Man for Paolo. Welcome to Indianapolis. Ant Durant going to Naptown. Here we are, man. Playing with Halliburton, the young big man Alonzo Reeves. And I thought it'd be fine if they traded Paolo because they got Manny Gomez, former 8th overall pick, who's a really good power forward. We got Bronny, too. Oh, man. This is about to be crazy. I said I choose option A, Anthony Durant. You know what I mean? He's no longer AE, he's AD. There's already a guy named AD. But regardless, we're headed over to Indiana to play with Tyrese Halliburton. I think the most logical way to run this is probably putting Ant back at the 2. Hallie runs the 1, and we'll see how this goes. This is the darkest timeline, and I love it. You have officially become the villain of the NBA, leaving the team you built, Atlanta, to join the team that just eliminated you, Indiana. That is the ultimate Kevin Durant move. But looking at this Pacers roster, I'm saying I see why you did it. This isn't just a super team, it's a cheat code. You have A. Reeves. Yep. A center, generational, or not generational, auto-generated, but really good for sure. We got Gomez, great power forward, Halliburton, elite passer, Bronny, 3-and-D guard. Problem, you and Hallie are both PGs. We need to fix the lineup to accommodate Anthony Durant. Ant is 33, Hallie's 35. We're sliding Ant back to the 2, okay. The narrative, the last dance duo. Halliburton is the CP3 to your Harden. He sets the table, you eat. And we've got the big man Reeves. Wait, so they're saying the last dance. By the last dance, do you mean this is Ant's last season? I gotta clarify that to see what they mean, because this AI does like to have shorter careers than guys typically do here in 2K. Yeah, clarify Ant's future for me. That's exactly what I need. Good question. When I call it the last dance, I mean it in the 98 Bulls sense. This team has a year to win. Okay. Players don't retire till 37, 38. Okay. Oh, okay. I see. They're saying, however, in 2K, yeah, players don't retire, but if Ant wins the chip this year, that's the time to walk away, retire on top. Bet. So, Ant, we got the opportunity to do something special. Win a championship, retire on top. Now, if it doesn't work out, who knows what's next? You're on this 1-year contract situation. I traded you over here to Indiana. Maybe you extend with Indiana. We'll see what happens, but this might be a smaller window than we initially thought. I'm very excited to get to it this season. We started off slow, 0-3, but we've won 5 straight since. I have no doubts about this team and what they can do in the regular season. I think we're going to be nearly unstoppable in the playoffs as well, and maybe Ant can win that 3rd and call it a day. We'll see. Rod Gaines, MVP. We did not have the coach of the year. The Wolves are actually doing super well. Funny how that worked out. Anthony Edwards does not win, or does not make any All-NBA teams, but we were the 1 seed, 56 W's. Anthony averaged 27, 3, and 6 this year. And in the first round, we got Washington. That should be fairly easily. Oh my gosh, man. Why is the 8 seed this good? They got a 98 overall PG, Kenny Edwards, and we back. Trey Johnson, Karim Lopez. Come on, man. There you go. No, we're good, Ant. We're good, Ant. On to the next. 27 from Hallie, 25 from Edwards. Ant's averaging 34 early in these playoffs. Next up, we got the Raptors. This is the MVP of the league, Rod Gaines. He's got a decent supporting cast, too. We're up 3-2. Oh, man. This is going to be one of those dramatic playoff runs. Another Game 7. We start this one off real well. Looks like we're going to pull away. Okay, 2 for 2 on Game 7s. We are the Pacers, after all. 41 from Ant, 29 from Mathurin, and it'll be the 2-seeded Magic up next. They're the highest seeded team and probably the worst team we've seen, which doesn't really make sense. We're up 2-1, tied, up 3-2. Another Game 7, and the Wolves are in the finals. Oh, Ant, this will be storybook. You beat your former team in the finals, ride off into the sunset. That'd be fire. We win. Ant with 39. He's dialed in. 34, 3, and 6 in these playoffs. Ant averages 39 in the conference finals to lead us here. We're taking on Minnesota with Cam Boozer. Game 1, they win. We take the second by 40. They win the third. Okay, game 4 is going to be key, and I'm jumping in the Simcast, man. This is too important of a game for me not to be tapped into. We lose, we go down 3-1. We win, we tie the series, and you know what we're here to do. We tie this thing up, beating them by 40. 32 from Ant, and the big man, Alonzo Reeves, 27 and 18. All right, that's a statement win. Smacked them. Let's ride that momentum into game 5. Oh, that's exactly what we're going to do. Hold on. Wolves coming back late. They've had a huge fourth to take a 1-point lead with 2:05 to go. They've outscored us by 18 so far in this final period, but we're still within striking distance. There's Anthony Edwards and his Pacers threads. Richardson is inbound, and that's Jason Richardson's son, Jace. Rob Dillingham with it now. Is that Amen over there too? Rob has it at the top of the key. Bronny defending him. Oh boy. Dillingham gonna throw it right to Reeves. It'll go up to Ben Mathurin. Mathurin bumps Richardson and finishes. That'll give us a 1-point lead. Big time bucket from Benedict. Here's Jace Richardson with the ball, defended by Benedict Mathurin. Jace trying to get to the basket on Mathurin, but Mathurin sliding his feet, moving well. It'll go over to Amen Thompson in the corner. Thompson gets the screen from the big man, turns the corner, rises up, mid-range is off. Reeves the rebound. It'll go to Bronny James Jr. James rocking the number 7, gets the screen. Man, give the ball to Ant. There's Ant coming off a screen. Oh, but Mathurin's off a screen of his own. He's wide open. He'll knock it down. It's a fourth quarter takeover for Double O. He's got 14 in the fourth quarter. The best player to rock that 0-0 besides Jeffrey Teague. Jace Richardson swings. Wait, we got 2 Jay Richardsons. I'm not sure who's who here. We got Jackson Richardson and Jace Richardson. Jace is wearing number 25. Jackson is the one with the ball right now. He'll get to an open jumper and miss it. He might have just been too open right there. Bronny James initiating the offense. Hallie must be fouled out because he's off the floor. Ant bumping Amen, going up through the contact and missing. A quick miss. Not really what you wanted there. Now the ball will go to Jace Richardson. Richardson gonna swing it out to Rob. No hesitation on the 3. Maybe he should have hesitated because it's off. And Edwards will go to the line. He can potentially seal the deal here in front of fans who once cheered for him. I'm sure they still cheer for him when he comes back to the crib, but not right now. First free throw is good. Second one from Edwards, also good. And that's the game right there. Ant had 34. That's what he's been averaging this run. 1 W away from a championship. And if we win this game right here, I think that'll mark the end of Anthony Edwards' career. This could be the perfect chance to retire on top, according to the AI. And we close it out in 6. Hallie 32 and 10. Edwards with 27. Alonzo Reeves wins Finals MVP, averaging 22 and 13. We get our championship over the Wolves. Ant goes stupid. Let's see if the AI is really going to stand on making him retire here. I said we won. Is this really it for Ant? If it is, another generational storyline from AI for sure. This is the most poetic ending possible. Look at that bracket closely. Yeah, I kind of realized we beat Minnesota. The team that drafted him. The team he couldn't win with for 9 years. The team he left. He faced them in the finals at 34. Averaged 34. Sent him home. That isn't just a championship. That is closure. He has 3 rings. He's 34. He just had one of the greatest runs in playoff history. Or one of the greatest playoff runs in history. You have reached the final fork in the road. Here are the 2 endings to this simulation. Oh no! They're gonna make this tough. Wait, they're not making it tough. So they say the Jordan ending. The narrative. It doesn't get better than this. He beat his demons, Minnesota, proved he could win as a mercenary, Indiana, and goes out as the undisputed best player in the world. The action, we officially retire Ant. He walks away with 3 rings, likely 30K plus points, and a legacy as the GOAT SG of his era. Or we go for the Bron era, or the Bron ending, the farewell tour. He still averaged 34. He isn't worse. He decides to play until the wheels fall off. The action, he signs a 1-day contract or 1-year minimum to return return to Minnesota for one final season. The goal, no title aspirations, just stat padding. Oh, so it's only one more year? No, let's do ending A. That's what the AI says too. Ending A is cinematic perfection. Yeah, I don't want to go another year in Minnesota. Let's do A. That's it. Let's call it. I'm going to see if the AI has any final thoughts. Then we'll go over Ant's resume, and that'll be it for the video. It is finished. You chose the perfect ending, beating the team that drafted you, Minnesota, in the NBA Finals to secure your third ring, averaging 34, and walking away while you're still the king. That is Storybook. Here's the official Hall of Fame resume for the Anthony Edwards simulation. I'm trolling. I know it's resume. The Anthony Edwards era. 3-time champion, 3-time Finals MVP. He actually didn't win the Finals MVP in Indiana, but it's all right. The regular season king, the Monstar architect, created the greatest Tall Bowl lineup in history in ATL. The Storybook, Chapter 1, the Minnesota Heartbreak. You built the juggernauts that won 60-plus games, but the second round curse and the infamous 3-0 Finals collapse against Wemby haunted you. Chapter 2, the homecoming. You went back to ATL, moved to PG, Point Amp, built the Monstars with Nate Ament and D Live, and finally swept the Lakers to get the monkey off your back. Then you dropped 50 points to close out ring number 2. Chapter 3, the villain. At 34, you pulled the KD move. You joined the Pacers team that beat you, formed a super team with Halliburton, and defeated your original team, the Wolves, in the finals. Anthony Edwards retires as the greatest scoring guard since Michael Jordan. This was an incredible simulation. We went from Curryfication to point guard to villain. I'm done. I'm done. This was an absolute movie, from the Minnesota Heartbreaks to the Monstars in Atlanta and finishing with the villain ring in Indiana. That is one of the best 2K simulations we have done. Wait, so does it remember the other ones? Retiring after dropping 34 PPG to beat the team that drafted you is the perfect mic drop. All right, I'll be back. Y'all seem to enjoy these, and I enjoy making them. Finally, we'll wrap it up with the Anthony Edwards full breakdown. 3 chips, 2 Finals MVPs, 14 All-Star appearances, 1 All-NBA first team, 5 All-NBA second teams, 3 All-NBA third teams. He didn't play incredibly long. He ended up going 16 years. That's actually still a pretty long time. And finished 7th all-time in scoring, over 34,000 points. 11th in field goals made, 4th in threes made, 18th in free throws made, 56th in assists, 50th in steals, and he did all that while being 31st in minutes. If you enjoyed the video and you made it to the end, comment Anthony Edwards, like, subscribe. We love basketball. Have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.